Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video, we will discuss and see how can we design the Buck Converter PCB layout and how can we minimize the electromagnetic interference in these type of switching regulators because they are based on the switching, so they can have a high di by dt that can cause an EMI issue. So the better practice is to just follow the layout practice which is recommended in the data sheet. So if we just follow that recommendation, by following that, we can reduce the EMI in our circuit and improve the power integrity. So, as you can see, I have already placed the components in my PCB and routed few of the nets here. I have placed these multiple vias together like these 12 vias because they are thermal vias. They are used for thermal control of the PCB. So we can minimize the temperature of the PCB using these thermal vias by providing proper grounding. So shorter return path so the current can flow directly to the ground. And here you can see there are two capacitor of 10 UF are connected at the VCC pin. The most common convention which is used to reduce the EMI in terms of the EMI perspective and noise reduction perspective, that the smallest value of the capacitor should be placed very close to the IC pin, and then the greater value comes after that capacitor. But in our case, for now, it is the same value 10 UF and 10 UF, so we don't need to be worried about that. So but if we have the different value of capacitor, let's say 3 capacitors or 4 capacitors, we should be worried about that. We should take that point in account when it comes to the multiple capacitors and different values and different package sizes. So they all are related, more concerned for in terms of EMI perspective. So let's back to the layout design and let me complete the remaining tracks over here. I have just taken example of 4-layer board for this PCB, that how can we define the stack up as we have discussed in our previous video, and how can we assign the planes and how can we assign the nets to the plane. So I did this just for your reference so you can get an idea and implement it in your upcoming designs. So I am adding these two ground vias on this, as the second layer is the ground layer, ground plane. So every net on the ground should be go to the second layer. So I'm just extracting uh, the small track from the pad, and then as it comes out of the pad I place the via over here. So I'm placing 4 vias just to follow the recommendations of the data sheet. So aligning the vias also important. Align them to the bottom, and also same for the other vias. So assign the nets to the via by selecting all the vias and selecting the pen tool and selecting the net which you want to assign to the vias, and save the changes. Remember, I have not saved any change to the workspace. You can save again and again to the workspace after every change, but uh, it will take time because commit takes some time. So you can also save the changes at the end of the design. But in conventional save process, it is recommended to save again and again after every change. So I'm assigning the net of VCC to the third layer, and let's complete the remaining tracks, as these VCC pins are 13 and 14, both are the VCC pin. So just connect them out and connect it to the pad over here. Yeah, in this way. All the tracks should be on the 45 degrees as I have designed in my design rule. I have placed a via near to the VCC pin of the pads of the IC. So for this VCC, I'm going to place another via over here. Did you notice that when I place the via just over the track, it automatically assigns the net to the net to that via. So it's the very best function of in under Altium Designer. So let's connect this to the inductor also. I have followed the inductor placement from the datasheet recommendation. So we are only left with this enable signal. So this, and yeah, now we are done with it. So in the final step, you can save the changes to your workspace or place a polygon pore over here. But there is no need to place the polygon pore for now. Now you can also view the 3D view and can see where are the components placed, and is your PCB looks fine. In terms of mechanical design, when it comes to the employer design of the PCB, is it going to cause or affect any employer or tolerance issue? So yeah, as we have also assigned some clearance from the edges of the board. So here is your nice looking 3D view. Let's go back, and in the final step after designing each and everything, save it to the server. But I would recommend you to save it to your workspace after every change in the design. So I have followed this layout in from its data sheet. Just reload the page and you will see that the PCB design portion is also updated over here. So it is generating new visualization. So I think let me reload the page, and now it is reloaded, and you can also go to the PCB portion over here. So here is your 3D and here is your 2D. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and follow us for the upcoming videos.